Are you ready? Hi, welcome. Good to see you, everybody. Right now, when I was getting ready for the stream, thank you. So I was getting ready for the stream. I was closing down my curtains, and I noticed such a scene outside. So let's say there is a hedge on the ground for the access to city watering system and plumbing system for the underground pipes which are going around the city, and probably something there needs maintenance. So I noticed 3 people doing something there, and of course those people care about the safety. They opened the hatch, so it's a big hole in the ground. So for safety reasons, they decided to put a little bit of a fencing around it. The fencing stands like this. That's it. That's enough of safety. It's a circle, guys. People can approach it from different sides. No, that's our safety measures. Short fence from one side. So I was like, yeah, looks safe. That's my story. They say that you need to start with a joke. Here we go. Less fans is less money, probably. Also somebody needs to bring it, and they're probably heavy, so why would they? Anyway. We are starting today with left hand practice, and then I am rehearsing 3 of my mini shows, and then I think we are going to spend a little time for gesture throwing or some improvisation kind of standards without any plan, just some sort of creative surge. I want to keep it chill today. I want to keep it very... just want to relax, and just enjoy the sand as a material. Also, tiny confession, usually, like 99% of the time, I have clothes which is strictly for streaming and sometimes outdoors activities, and clothes for lounging around the house, walking with the dog, something like that. I have to tell you that I've been wearing this all day. And when it was the time to start the stream, I'm like, I don't wanna leave it. I love it. That's gonna be... So I am practically wearing... It's not like I'm streaming in pajama, but I do feel like I am... I didn't feel like dressing up, like putting myself into the dress and like tying myself... Nothing like that. Unfortunately, this masterpiece is a little bit longer than me, so you cannot see the whole glory. But you are here early, so now you know. And it's also the gift, from one of our viewers. So I feel really good wearing it all day, and I decided that I'm going to be lounging on stream today. It's similar to the story of the child protection guy that found the child alone at home. He got drunk because he drank all the alcoholic drinks that were in the house to prevent the child from drinking it. Smart. None of us are dressed up either. Wonderful. So it's Friday evening for me, you know. It makes sense to be a little bit more relaxed. And also a month ago I went to work with my pajama top. I only noticed it midday. That reminds me of a story about our friend. Well, it was my mom friends. That lady had a dog. The dog was very smart. And as any other dog, the dog was always excited to go outside. One day, that lady decided to go outside with her dog. She, you know, went out. The dog stays near of the entrance doors and just looking at her owner. And the owner is like, hey, come here, let's go outside. And the dog is like, no way. And of course the lady was like, what's going on? And then she looks at herself and she looks like that she forgot to put up the top. She was just wearing a bra. It was in the middle of summer. It was hot, so she was just like going around the house wearing her bra and shorts. And she forgot to put something on the top, and the dog noticed. And the dog is like, are you going to go outside dressed up like that? Excuse me? It was really weird. I mean, it's something... I don't know. It seems too complicated for dogs to understand that we have different concepts for clothing outdoors and indoors. But yeah, the dog decided that something is up. It doesn't look right. So yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Why it's getting down like that? Summer is hell. We often see men without t-shirt in summer, so I can't even blame it. Yeah, it's all. That's what is interesting about the smart dogs. It's totally a social norm, which we kind of, you know, fabricated. Women are not allowed to go outside just wearing bra. It's, you know, it's just something we decide on. And dogs kind of turns out that they can understand it, like they know that somehow. Absorbing our behavior, of course, not because they're judging us for not dressing up appropriately. Pum pum pum. Probably just noticed that something was weird, but maybe not the whole process and might. Maybe, yeah. Okay, I still feel like it's somewhat good for me to do this. I mean, that whole left hand practice. My lines can still use some definition, of course. When animals are feeling a close departure just by seeing us packing stuffs, yeah, how could they understand and wonder? Yeah, that's actually interesting. When my husband would go on a long business trip, he would be kept packing his stuff, and also he would say to Chili something like, "You're staying with Anna. I'm going to be out for a few days, but I will come back." And the thing is that normally when Shadow goes to the office in the evening, in the morning, Chili kind of knows when he's about to arrive, and around this time in the evening, Chili comes to the entrance doors and lays there waiting. However, in the days when Shadow would give them that speech about the business trip, Chili wouldn't expect him in the evening. Even though Shadow would go outside at the same time as he would go to the office, in the evening, Chili would be not expecting him. He was just... He wouldn't wait near of the entrance door in the evening, that's what I mean. So it kind of gives me the idea that he either understands that when the person is leaving with lots of luggage, that means that the person is going to be outside longer, or he understands some of our words and maybe more words than we actually think. Have no animals, so my understanding of them is limited, but they seem sometimes pretty smart. More sometimes than humans. Whales and dolphins, for example, yeah. Some dogs are very, very smart and totally understand what we're saying. I have one story which is a little bit sad, about a person passing. So if the story is the story about death is triggering for you, please mute the channel. I will write down here when I will be done with the story. So one of the people from our dog community, one of the ladies in our community, she lost her husband last year, or a year and a half maybe. The thing is that he went to work, and during his commute he got a heart attack and he passed. So to the dog it looked like a person just went away, the person went away and never came back. This dog had a habit of falling asleep near the lady, as the lady usually would go to sleep earlier than her husband. So every evening the lady would go to sleep, let's say 9 p.m. The dog would lay near her on the place on the bed where usually the husband would be. And then when it was the time for husband to come to sleep, he would say just to the dog, just go away. And the dog would be like, okay, and the husband would come here. That lady says that since his husband passed, the dog never lays on this part of the bed. She stops doing it. And she doesn't really know why. It's just, again, it keeps me wondering how much do they understand and how do they see our world, and sometimes the way they react, that actually, yeah, it just makes you wonder. Story is over. Unmute. Hi, Uncap Gamer, hi, welcome. Mitrinti, hi, welcome everybody who's coming. Let me practice my lines one more time. I don't know, I feel Squeaky. Squeaky Painting. Hi. What a fun name. It's not terrible. Okay, it's not terrible. So for people who just joined, I am starting the streams now with a little bit of training for my left hand, as I am right-handed person, and I would like my both hands to be equally good with sand, so I am practicing some fun things here and there. My left hand is wiggly, doesn't want to behave. Hard to know how animals think and how much their thinking limited. I guess we're able to think as we're able to formulate sentences in our mind. How do they do? Only in sensation, emotion, associations. Yeah, but at the same time, you see, let's say dogs, they pick up a lot of words, and I don't know if how much they use the words in their thinking process. But for instance, those you know those videos on YouTube where families have buttons for dogs and cats? Each button is a word, and the pet can activate the button and kind of speak to a person. I recently learned that there is actually a research under it, which is ongoing, which is like going on right now, and there is a whole community of people, including speech professionals and psychologists, working on it and like trying to investigate how that all learning process works, how animals are using words, and I don't know, I think they will discover something very interesting soon. Sound plus action association, pretty limited thinking process, like when a prey hear her hunter and just rush in the shelter. Maybe, yeah, I do not know that very deeply, but I would like to learn more. And as a speech pathologist in the past, I'm really fascinated by all those videos and people describing their process of teaching the pet how to talk. I don't know, it's wonderful. It sparks my interest because you know, I have some knowledge in that area, and it just lovely. So you see, when I want to make triangle, but another hand is doing more like a rounded movement, my left hand wants to do rounded movements too without creating the angles. I love how dogs are trained to be medical dogs, helping various ones who have medical issues such as diabetes. Yeah, that's really amazing. You know what is also awesome about it? You can train animals to do things. Many animals are capable of training, however, as far as I can see, very often this training is very I don't know, it feels like fighting the nature in a way. However, with dogs, when you train them, very often you can see that dog actually enjoys all of this communication process and learning and like figuring out, and the dog enjoys when something works out. So I'm not a dog person, and many things about having a dog are frustrating and tiring to me. But this part, how dog is responsive to training, and these moments when it just clicks in this little head, and he's like, oh, yeah, I know what you're asking me, and he like brings me something or does something, and then look at me like, ha, you see, I did it. It's really sweet. It's really nice. The idea of Saint Bernards carrying barrels of liquor to skiers, but I doubt that's true. I don't know if it's true. Oh! You guys both like this story about Saint Bernards. Lovely. Yeah, that's in repeated jokes in old cartoons. Interesting. That's the first time when I hear about it. Didn't really know. Why so hard? For instance, today I was washing my boots because it's dirty outside where we walk with Chili. I was washing my boots. I washed one boot, I was drying it with a towel, and I brought the boot to the area near the entrance door. I dropped the towel there. I got another boot, I washed it, and then I realized that the towel is still near of the entrance door. So I either need to like bring that dripping boot towards the towel or go to the towel. And then I was like, I have the dog. So I was like, Chili, bring me the towel, bring me the towel. And he knows the command, bring me. But he doesn't know the word the towel really. So he was like, he rushed to his toys and like, this one, no, that's a ring, no, that's your snake. And then he's like, I don't know what is it, and I tried to like point him, look, that thing on the floor. He's like, where? I don't know that word. He brought me the towel after all. He figured it out. He put his nose towards that direction. I was like, yes, this one. He's like, this one? Grabbed it and like brought it to me, like, that one? What do you want? And it was so sweet, I don't know. He doesn't know the word, but he understands that I want him to do something, and he's like, yeah, I'm ready to do, I don't know what to do. What do you want? Hi, Colin Deep, welcome. Welcome. It's based on the true. The dog was also locating the victims and digging. I mean, yeah, that looks like it could be true. Yeah. I don't know what else I want to do. No, let's do the numbers here, why not? Numbers are pretty easy today. I don't know how come, but it's pretty easy today. Jaro, hi, welcome. Yeah, I'm doing numbers just fine. Ah. Okay, kind of. Now our favorite quote unquote, because my hexagons are spectacular. I'm getting better. Ah! So, I inspired you to practice ambidextrous skills with your drawing and painting. How is it going? Actually, it seems like I inspired a few people in the past few weeks. How is it going? How are you feeling? I don't know if I'm really going to be better in sand art after all that. But I do feel like let's just say I am doing some complex measures now to make sure that my nerve system is balanced out. And I feel like this left hand practice exercise is something which is helping too, like a little workout for the nerve system. Working with both hands at the same time, but not at the same task. What a challenge! Yes, that's the point. What time is it? I think it's time for us to move on to the next task of the day. We will repeat a couple of my short sand stories. Mermaid we will repeat just once. Cake story a couple times, and addiction story we will repeat a few times because it's still on the stage of improvement and kind of revisiting, if I can describe it this way. It's not that different when I'm drumming with both hands. Oh, that's good to know. If it doesn't feel that different, I guess maybe it's not that challenging for you, as I don't have such experience, so for me that's definitely, it feels new. Alright, time for practice. Opening the music. Mermaid story, just one time. Enjoy. Okay. I think I am happy about this one. Let me try the next one. Baking time, yeah. That's interesting. That baking a little art story is not my favorite, and I do not see it as a masterpiece. However, I do feel like our community has a really warm feelings about it. Saying 3 cups, thank you. It feels like it's, I don't know. Feels like you guys somewhat excited about it. So, the tools. Today I was a good girl and I prepared everything accordingly, right before the beginning. The name of that mini show was a cake? I like to think something like waltz of sweets, waltz of sugar. It's not official yet. I think it's gonna be official when I post it on YouTube with some name. It looks like community usually says something like cake story. French love food. This is food. Yeah. What is the name of a mermaid mini show? Did I think about the official name? Huh. I guess I will come up with some name when I post it. I don't know. So, the cake story. The cake story. Why it expands my player so much? Untitled mini show. I would call it something like the song or something. The song in the air, whatever. I don't know. When I say it, it sounds stupid. When I write it, it's not stupid. When I write it on YouTube, it's marketing. When I say it, it's stupid. Does it make sense? Oh, you actually gave me something new, like some new information. You know, those jokes about French eating snails? And now we know that it's not about snails, it's about that butter with herbs. The waltz of sugary sweets. Yes, let's do it. it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Time is merely a suggestion when you make sand art on the light table. You mean like you're referring to the fastness of the pictures? I hope that's what you mean. Wasn't bad at all. Even my cake looks very decent today. Wow. I don't know. So yeah. The last image is a person holding the phone for like making a picture. So yeah. Maybe a too rough sump junction, but that's really just that kind of spot. And also, well, it depends on the person. How rough is that? I guess. So that would be something like this. So the person wants to hold it. It would be like that. We, like in real life, we would actually see a little bit of the palm on the back side, but I have no time for that. What's the name of the piece of music? It's called Summer Waltz, and that's from tunepocket.com. Summer Waltz, it is. For some reasons, to me, it sounds like not like summer, but like sweets. Yeah, you wouldn't hold it like that too. Hard to picture the real position, I guess. Why you wouldn't hold it? How do you do it? Like, I'm holding it like that. No, you don't? Like, my button would be here on my right. And I would be like this. No? How would you do it? Hold it pretty much. It depends on the phone. Also, I guess it depends. It depends where your cameras are, because on some phones the cameras are located here. So in that case, it would be probably more like this. More like this. With a thumb on the side, like this. Oh, that would be super uncomfortable for me. It depends on the person. Grasp over hand, like this. Like over. Like this. Like this. Yeah, that makes sense. You see, I was basing it on my on my habit, and also probably in my phone. Both overhand. Ah, like this. Okay. But at least in the chat we realized that it's totally a personal preference. And yeah, depends and strongly depending on your hand's physique and how agile you are. I hold the edges of that case, but also showing this way makes sense to me for conveying the idea to the viewer. Yeah, so we realized that also not everybody is holding the phone this way. Some people might. Depends on the shell. Yeah, and you know how people these days, they have the attachments on the back looking like little circles on the stem, and then in that case they're holding it totally different too. Like they're they have totally different habit of operating the phone, because in that case they are having two of those fingers here gripping that little mushroom. The way you drew it made sense. Yeah, I get it. So the only thing which I see which could be improved in that case is that in real life we would probably see more of the fingers in here. And I kind of suppose that the person is holding it like this. You see? And the thing is that I do not have enough of time in the music to add more fingers, so we're gonna live with it! Pop socket. Ah, that's how you call it. Okay. I see it on many people's phones, and I feel like to me it would increase the chance of dropping my phone because I am not used to that thing. But probably for some people it's comfortable. They find it comfortable. Pop socket it is, okay. Now I know the name, at least. See you, Alex Court. Thanks for tuning in. Let's try this story one more time. I think just one more will be enough. Why? Why it always happens somewhere in the middle of the story when my nose is just itching so much? Oh my gosh! Oh, thank you, thank you. Just a couple times for today. I want to move on to the next story, which I have many questions about, and which is still under construction. Let's just say it this way. Thank you. It's art, don't worry about how many fingers, enjoy the process. I would like to have a balance between like worrying about the amount of fingers sometimes and having fun at the same time. I do feel like it's possible to combine. I passed those macarons on grocery store. Bobcat, what stops you? What stops you from trying? And I feel kind of cruel because I remind you about those macarons every single time on Fridays. It's been a long time since I tuned in. Coty Jam, hi! I forgot how incredible your art is. Let me remind you. Hi. We're still here doing our sandy things, having fun. Thanks for joining today. The Simpsons have been on worldwide television for decades with only 3 fingers and a thumb. Yeah, the amount of fingers didn't stop them. So, why it should stop me? I don't like to hold up the line while making a choice. It's by the self-checkout line and usually people are waiting. You're always in a hurry. I want you to promise me that one day, if you will get them, you will share the photo in Discord. Because I gotta feel like a real influencer when you will get those guys. If I saw it in advance, I could go by the store bakery and get one. Yeah, could be something like that. Okay, so this one I do not need anymore, so let's put it there. I will go through all the stages of the next story slowly. Do I want to? No, probably no. Yeah, Bobcat, what if it's like the best thing you ever tried? Maybe it will change your life. Coach Jam, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it. I doubt it. Bob skeptical. Ah, something like that. Why the body divisions in the shadow? Just a second, I will tell you the whole thought process under it. Just a second, let me finish. So what I like about this slow kind of movement is that I realized that I like to keep the composition relatively small, so I could control it better in the width with my two of my hands and my scraper. It's something what I want to keep in mind while working on it. We will have to go through this story quite a few times today, because I really want to improve my movements in this. So this particular story in my mind called Addiction, and in the abstract form it represents the feelings of the person who is addicted to something. So we have, when you see those two shadows, you see they're not really shadows, they're not black, right? We have like black silhouette and white shadows, which is like, it doesn't make sense. It's more like the representation of that division of your mind. You have the healthy part, which is saying that the addiction is bad for you, and you have the kind of sick part, which still wants you to do whatever you're addicted to. So it's all about like metaphors, visual metaphors here, and I wanted to be this show this way, not something straightforward. In the show about the addiction, I guess I could draw a person who is using a shrink and like dying in front of you, but I really don't like the tropes like that. I really I appreciate the metaphors in art. Like I like when, let's say in a movie, instead of showing two people actually sleeping together, when there is just a little hint that that happened, and it kind of throws you that hint and you're like, aha, I know that that happened. But it's, and I can explain why I like it in art. And the same, let's say, about murder. You can say, you can show the worst murder scene with like lots of blood everywhere, and I do not like it, because if you will show the hint that that happened, you still will understand if it's important for the plot that, aha, there was a murder. But if you haven't seen the details of people relationship or of a murder, you just know that that happened, it makes you an author of the story, because you haven't seen the murder. You can imagine how that happened, and it's gonna be your story. Every single person will imagine it in a different way, in probably the most horrifying way you can imagine. You see what I'm doing here? Same about two people sleeping together. You will know from the hint from the movie that it happened. But how that happened, that's up to you. That makes you part of the story. So when I usually do not take some sort of serious topics into my standard shows, I prefer to keep it lighthearted. Yet the topic of addiction is quite a heavy one. And I knew that I don't want to draw a person suffering. Let's say I could draw a big face with a tear falling down and like, this person is suffering. I don't want to do it. I want to give you a few hints of some feelings. Some of them you will catch, some of them you will not. It depends on your personal experience, right? But if you will catch those hints, it will make you part of the story. Yeah. And yes, Bobcat, a good point. I am also heavily inspired by the music which I chose. Again, I could skip that music, however I like it. I knew I want to do the story for that. I knew it's gonna be something heavy because the music sounds dramatic. So yeah. And maybe it's gonna be more disturbing, exactly. Exactly, because when not everything is said on the picture or in the movie, it keeps you wondering, like it keeps your brain busy with the idea. So that's how I see art. That's how I think art should be. It should invite you to be a part of it. Okay, but before the art will be amazing, we need to repeat the same show over and over again, many times, until it will all look not perfect probably, but close to perfect maybe. There was the music. The music will come right now. Not bad. I think it all fits. I do not feel like I want to change something, except I really want to make the movements more clean and less fussy, less random spots of sand on the table. But yeah, and also I have a tendency to like to move the composition to this side for some reasons. It should be on the center. Maybe I simply do not have time because I need to... Yeah. I struggle during work to watch the whole thing closely, but I like that part of the end when the person sitting sad in the glass. It works well. Thank you, Kat. I know you're multitasking. I appreciate you being here as much as you can. And yeah, thanks for the feedback. And I am glad that this very simple little move, which is not really a detailed thing, still gives you the feeling that the person is sad or desperate. That's how it should be, ideally, in my opinion, when those little non-detailed elements still give you the feels. That's what I am looking for, at least. Hi, hello, welcome. Excuse me. And hi, Sigma Theta. Hi. Let's try one more time. At least, what a good feeling now is that I do not feel like I want to change something that, like, there is an element which bothers me and I really want to change it. Like it was in our cake story where I was making that candy cane and it was just, I don't know, it was not there for me. Okay, let's try again. Almost, except my my glass for some reasons got all wonky and thank you so much. I think I want to try one more time. It's decent. It's certainly decent. I am pretty happy about the progress. Quickly deleted at the end too. Yes, I think I will keep this move. Like the music already stops, and then when there is quietness, I will do this move. I feel like it adds to the story. Like I want to start with a clean, fresh page, and I want to finish with a clean, fresh page. That also, to me, it kind of feels like, maybe to me it's a thought about how many lives were wiped out by addictions of any kind. And it's not only addictions to like substances, but to some other things. X-Files. No. The X-Files, it's when in the end of the story there is a flying saucer and it takes away the person from the glass. In that case, the music ends and then we have X-Files X-Files theme and flying saucer. Good effect since it catches the viewer attention. Yeah, it's sounds like great engine. It's we can do it as a closed release for people who support me on Boosty. Let me write down this idea because why not? That's, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but the delete not X-Files. Somehow I got it right, Bobcat.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets
Best
everywhere.
subscription I've ever had. Yeah. So the idea, by the way, for people who don't know, so I have Boosty account, which is like Patreon, where for a certain subscription, people get some extra content from me here and there. I do not post much, but still, there are a few things. And I would like to post the recordings of those mini shows for my supporters. However, those supporters on those recordings on Boosty, they will have little extras. For instance, my show about Mermaid, I recorded in 4 different versions using 4 different kinds of sand. It's not something what you will see on YouTube. On YouTube there will be only 1 version of it. For my cake story, I already have an idea what I would like to do.
Do it.
Yeah, I will not say what it's gonna be, but that's also gonna be a certain record. That's gonna be full recording of that little show plus extra. And I didn't have the idea for extras for my addiction story. And if you want, I can do the addiction story with alternative ending. Let's just say we can do it. I mean, it's fun. By the way, exactly the reason why I hide my practice streams and they're not available as VODs on Twitch or YouTube is because I'm going to repurpose this content for my YouTube and for my supporters on Boosty. So only there the standard shows will be available. And Alien takes away the guy in the picture, yeah. Actually, I have a story related to the addiction. Some time ago, there was an ad, like billboards, or more like pieces of paper which are glued here and there, advertising the help for people who are suffering from addiction. And it said alcohol, drugs, there is a way out. Totally normal, right? However, the way it was designed, it was like that. Alcohol, drugs, there is the way out. So naturally, you would read it which way? Alcohol, there is a way out. Drugs. So, anyway, yeah. Drugs is the solution. You get monetized, you can put the practice streams for members. Yes, Uncup Gamer, that's part of the plan. So for when I will be able to monetize YouTube, this closed content will be for members too. I will probably also, when I will be able to get Patreon, I probably will move all what I had on Boosty to Patreon, because Patreon is more accessible in more countries, or to Ko-fi, because Ko-fi also has some sort of membership where you can post some closed content. And again, it's more accessible worldwide. I know it's gonna be a little bit of a fuss for people who already have Boosty subs. So I would invite you to not buy multiple month subscriptions on Boosty just yet, because there is a chance that I will close this account at some point. Yeah, Ko-fi is really nice. I really like how they can have like donations there, donation page there, the closed accounts, the merch shop. So I will work on it. There is a great line in old Simpsons episode calling beer the cause and solution of all problems. Yeah, it's something along the line. I came at time when she's talking about drugs. Yeah, I'm glad you came. You're just in time. Caffeine is a drug, yeah, that... I mean... Even relationships can be drug, in a way. It can be addiction, for sure. So friends, again, if you support me on Boosty, don't get multiple months deals just yet. Because Boosty is kind of it was a temporary solution for me, and I will move out my content from there. I know it's a fuss, I know, but addicted to the feeling of love chemicals. So yeah. In this little show I represent only a few of them, but I guess the idea is here. Walking releases brain chemicals, drugs from exercise. Yeah, some people addicted to exercise. Also, there is a study that you can get addicted to adrenaline and like searching for dangerous activities, because like you also need this boost. Yeah, and addiction to exercise. Like I guess it can be good for you at some level, but sometimes it gets unreasonably hard on you. Sugar, yeah, totally. I think I used to be addicted to chocolate. And I remember the feeling very vividly. I think that's the way I was coping when we were in a long-distance relationship with Shadow first time. I would really crave chocolate, and I really would feel how I am getting happier when I get the chocolate. And my mom would even hide some chocolate for me, like when I feel really, really bad and there is no chocolate, and she's like, hold on, I have something for you. And she had like a secret shelf on the pantry. Which, anyway, I really felt like I'm craving it to the point when if I will not get the chocolate right now, I will be sad. And and that was exactly the time when I was actually working in psychotherapy clinic. No, that's later. A few years later, I was still having this addiction. Shadow got back. I was still, I think, addicted to chocolate. And I was talking to a psychotherapist who was working with addicted people, and I was like, hey, is it possible that I'm addicted to chocolate? And he was like, yes, totally, it can be, why not? And then I remember my like efforts. I put some time into and some thoughts into not eating chocolate. And somehow I got the way out of it, and now I do not crave it really often. I still have a chocolate bar in my fridge, which Shadow bought before he left. So it's there for 4 months. How did you overcome? I just forced myself to stop. Like, I went through all the sadness and bad feelings, but I would be like, I'm not eating that. No chocolate for me. No. So it was just the power of will, but again, chocolate is not as hard as nicotine or alcohol, so I guess. Addictive behavior can be almost anything. Physical addiction is a bit different. Yes. Addiction is very complex structure, and it has physical aspect of it and emotional aspect of it, and how those two things are balanced out in you, it's very different. So I never quit the chocolate. I switched to vanilla flavor stuff. I see. I was drinking multiple Red Bulls a day for a long time, but I only drink a little caffeine now and no Red Bull. Would you mind sharing, like, how did you stop? You were like reducing the amount of it over time, or you just also said like, I'm gonna stop, I don't want to. It's not like a support group, guys, and we're just having a casual conversation. Vanilla is new addiction. And then I do cinnamon stuff. Are you eating cinnamon? I hope not, like inhaling it. You decided to stop coffee last year. How is it going for you? Does it feel better now without coffee? Quit certain drugs, cold turkey. Some I went down, others I overdosed to where I never wanted to do again. Oh, that's the most dangerous part, of course. Quit nicotine of overdose, and that it's really dangerous. My dad quit smoking alcohol, cold turkey. Just like, by cold turkey you mean you just stop and no matter what you don't do it again, right? I did reduce, kind of, accidentally slowed before stopping. Only drink a small Diet Dr. Pepper a day now, sometimes not any. That sounds good. Don't really notice a difference with not coffee. I never woke me up or did anything for me, just drank it out of habit. I can relate to that actually, because I used to drink a lot of black tea, and I still do. But when I was working on managing my anxiety, I thought, well, maybe it's a good idea to slow down a little bit, at least in the second part of the day. So let's say I drink black tea in the morning, like until lunch, and then after lunch I only drink something like chamomile, mint, like some sort of herbs which do not contain any caffeine. And even though I never noticed that black tea creates some effects on me, I thought, well, I will try it at least. I didn't notice any difference, honestly. But I still do it. Like, I do not drink black tea in the evening anymore. It's been a while since I had night anxieties, but again, I don't know if it's tea or just a complex of the measurements which I've been doing for those months. I don't know. After I quit school, I had to get a job, got addicted to work, until I finally quit that too. And now you're addicted to naps? At least I drink good quantities of green tea too. Green tea also has caffeine in it, no? You tend to crave Dr. Pepper. I'm wondering if it's because of the taste which you like or because of the things which are in it. Quit smoking by wearing nicotine patches for a year and then slowly reducing the dosage, like cutting the patches to make it even more gradual. I'm pretty sure I got kidney stones from too much tea. I've heard that it's possible, yeah. I'm also not that affected by caffeine. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, I just decided to follow this kind of recommendation, like maybe cut down on the caffeine drinks, and I'm like, I do not drink coffee, but I do drink black tea. Maybe I will cut down it. Like, it's alright. I didn't notice much of a difference. Imagine being addicted to work. There are people like that. You're addicted to sand art. Oh, tell me more. Speaking of, I think it's time to continue with sand art. Special for my addicted friends, who can quit anytime they want, of course. Okay, that actually, I think it works, friends. Depression, sadness makes you think to do the drug to feel good again. And it's like a downward spiral. Yeah, when you don't know how to help to yourself. That's a circle which is really hard to break. I loved when the storm clouds turned into trees. Yay! I'm so happy. I'm so really happy you're enjoying this little artwork, and I am really happy to see how we can keep on this pretty heavy topic, but yet keep it reasonable and very respectable, and like respecting each other's boundaries, you know, having jokes here and there. I like it. I'm proud of you. You're a wonderful community. So I think for today our show practice is done, and for the rest of the stream we're going to do another thing which called gesture drawing. Basically trying to draw dynamic poses, concentrating on angles and lines which are making the pose dynamic. So there is one part of studying how to draw the body, which is a muscle study, and when you are an anatomy study, when you are trying to understand where each bone and each muscle is and stuff. And gesture drawing is a little bit of a loose technique where you're trying to feel how the lines are going and what makes this pose recognizable. AI can never copy Anna's art. Show me mechanical arm that do what Anna does. Maybe one day there will be You know what? I hope that by the time when I'm old and my hands are like this, there will be mechanical arm which I will be able to like attach or use and continue doing scent art. Addiction Explained, Rises and Falls in Dopamine. Dr. Andrew Huberman. Thanks for this recommendation, friends. If you are currently interested in this topic, maybe you can check it out. Sandbot 3000, yeah. Dopamine, oxytocin. I was studying this word the other day. I struggled to pronounce it in English. Oxytocin. The only two things you genuinely like. Oxytocin. I was talking to Google Translate the other day. I keep asking to say this word and tried to repeat it. It's because I've heard it in one video and I couldn't believe that it's actually said like this in English. So, the love drug. One of the few animals that humans develop an oxytocin bond with the dogs other than humans. Yeah, that's actually fascinating about the dogs. That we bond with them this way, and it's actually mutual. Like, we produce oxytocin when we are with dogs, and dogs also do that. Painkiller, yeah. But that also the drug which make you protective and aggressive in some ways. So, yeah. It's a double-edged sword. Yeah, they do too, yeah. Oxytocin is bad news sometimes. It's like my dog makes me produce oxytocin. It makes me love my dog because it's my dog. However, when another dog wants to attack my dog, I have a feeling that I can, let's just say, I get protective. The painkiller is bad news. I mean, that's addictive. Yes, blazing heart, pretty much. Developed a lot of oxytocin bonds as a teen, but was always one-sided, so I was frequently lonely. That's actually a common story for teenagers. It's not like I'm trying to diminish your experience. I'm more trying to say that you're not alone. So within the next 1 hour and a half, I'm going to draw a variety of poses here, not detailed at all, more like trying to make fast studies of certain poses. And I personally struggle with proportions a lot. I'm going to try and keep an eye on it. Yeah, so we will see. Would you like if there was a small light table where you don't need real sand? Smart light table where you don't need real sand? No, I like real sand. No. Some smart features on the light table, I might do some experiments with it, but I really like the feeling of the real sand, and that's what I enjoy actually. So the answer is no. Oxybond with my cat and pretend he shared a mutual bond with me. Yes, the cats have the strongest bonds ever when it's time to eat. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing it again. Not elongating enough. Why did I do it here? What I wanted to say? Yeah, I'm certainly struggling with proportions. That's something what I want to train to. You see, when I need to draw a silhouette really quick in Sender Show, it would be nice to have more variety of the poses, which I can just grasp like in a few seconds. Right now, I feel pretty limited. So here is our little practice. Pelvic is tilted. If you had to choose between knowing all the languages on Earth so you can talk to any human, or being able to communicate with animals, what would you choose? I think at this point of my life I would prefer knowing all the languages and being able to switch between them effortlessly. It just correlates better with my real life struggles. I'm not sure if I always want to know what animals think. I feel like I can live without it. I do want to, I would like the pets to be able to communicate when they are physically uncomfortable, when they have like a tummy ache or something like that, because sometimes I'm guessing and I'm not sure if I'm correct. But at the same time, I do feel like sometimes the animals, if they live long enough with human beings, they learn how to lie. So how does it, wait, how does it, how come it cannot be this banded, like it's physically impossible? I didn't get the angle right. Kind of better. Welcome back, Bob Cat. If you had a time machine, you can spend 48 hours in another time place, then where, when would you go? You know the language and have some money. There was one stupid situation in my life which I still remember to this day. It didn't affect my future in any way. Long story short, I would just get back to a certain time in my life, in a certain situation, and I would say sorry to one person, one particular person I want to say sorry to. It wouldn't change anything. The person probably do not even remember about all that happened. I just... I don't want to visit any like historical events. I don't want to talk with famous people. I do not really like. My life is okay without this experience. But for some reason, the not ability to say sorry to a certain person, to say that I didn't really mean it. I don't know what happened to me that that one time. Yeah, that bugs me. So that's actually a legit reason when sometimes I'm like, hey, that would be wonderful if I could travel back in time. No, the rib cage is, of course, way too big. And the pose is not as dramatic on my... I've been very lucky with that. I've had an opportunity to apologize almost to everyone I've offended as a youth. It's one of the few parts of my life I'm satisfied with. Yeah, I do feel like I would be happy if I would just say sorry. If I would meet that person now and be like, hey, you probably do not even remember that moment, but I remember that and it bugs me what I say that day, and I just wanted to say sorry. And so, yeah. Usually the person wasn't affected at all and doesn't mind, but my personality is absolutely restless until I can apologize. You see, fortunately I do not really have that many regrets of that kind. It's the only one. Yeah, and yeah, it happens when we're young. When we do not control our emotions that well, I guess. So... And yeah, I always think that the person probably doesn't really remember, and it didn't affect the person in any way, and yet I'm like, what if I would say something like that, the person would be like, actually I remember and I'm glad you said sorry. What if it is like that? Oh man. Like this one should be lower. I feel like I need to give myself a time limit because I start adding more details, and this particular exercise doesn't really need details. It should be very free. Let me see if I can find the timer. Just a second. Do you notice that if you pull a violent string, it moves in two opposite directions, as pulling force is in a holding force? Therefore, it exists due to the existence and balance in the opposing forces. Oh, bird of fire! I think I recognize you. You have a tendency to like get into that random philosophizing stuff, and I am not really into it. Like, it's cool when you join the conversation, which is already going in the chat. But when it's just like random thoughts which you have, I don't really like that. So can you please keep it within the conversations we're already holding, or something like that, or maybe related to what I'm doing at the moment, or who dictates what is not random? Me. Also mods. Usually people like people kind of get it after practice. So if what you said right now is somewhat related to what I am drawing or what we were talking about, please elaborate. But yeah, I don't see how that, like, it's just out of the blue. I'd like to stay, but I need to leave in a few to donate blood. Oh, good luck! Thanks for doing that. Natural flow of the conversation. Yeah, usually it's just I even don't mind when there are like 3 different conversations going on in the chat. I adjusted to it, seriously. It's fine. But I don't like when it's like I was just talking about like funny story about Chile, and then somebody's like, what is life anyway? You have true freedom only if you are free from your imagination, something like that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but how is that related to what I was saying? So I think I'm going to maybe that makes sense if I will show you my references, right? Maybe in that case it will be a little bit more interesting. Although I'm not sure how Twitch sees those pictures. Yes, please. Okay. So let me... how can we do it? There are... I don't want to put it on the screen because it would be one thing if I would have a folder ready to work with, and I'm just pulling it out of my Pinterest board. So I guess I will just show you my assignment, kind of, and then I will start drawing 10 minutes, and in the end of 10 minutes I will show you the reference again. I know I can save it to my computer, it's just a fuss to like save it, add it as a source, save it, add it as a source. Don't want to do it right now. It would be easier from the folder where I could just click and switch. But yeah, so here's our next pose. And I will try to keep it as a 10-minute practice. And then by the end of the 10 minutes, I will show you the reference again. And I will maybe fix a couple of things. And yeah. I don't want to like randomly save it somewhere now because I know that I do not have enough of attention right now, and I can accidentally show you something that you're not supposed to see. That's actually very interesting because I can approach it in many different ways now. Yes, I understand that sometimes I'm not logical. I don't care. I'm not here for logic. And I do dictate the content here because that's my channel. If it's not okay with you, not my problem. Okay. Welcome to humanity. For real though. My stream is not the most illogical thing in the world. And also, look, maybe some streamers are okay with that. You can find a community where the streamer handles this better than I do. It's just my personal preference. Streamers can't control what people say. Yeah, so that's actually one of our responsibilities, to hold the chat a certain way, and when we do not allow some stuff in the chat, that's for reasons. Oh my goodness, that hand looks. Come here for delightful, not logical. Same, Jero. Oh. Oh, shoot. Oh. Ah, no, it goes totally different direction. It's like the shoulder goes down and then oof. Tension is not here. As always, when you choose something to practice and like you know that you're gonna be bad at it, and still you're like, oh my god, am I this bad? Oh no! Oh no! What's going on? Why? We still have time. It's okay. Still can have. I've seen it and experienced it before. The human brain just doesn't respond favorably to non-sequultures. Feels like forcibly changing the subject, and people resist the force. Oi, 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 that's so bad. Oh my goodness. That's so bad. Okay, we have the knee here. Another one goes there, far away, and it's gonna have actually more of that tilt. Needs a doctor. Oh yes. That person is not okay. Okay. But hey, we're doing it exactly because we want to get better. I also can try like different approach and try with structures instead of the lines. However, that's exactly what I didn't want to do, because when I start with structure, I kind of understand it better, and my idea is that I want to create some sort of flow, which I am not capable of yet. Oh my god, this is so bad. I still have time. Let's try again. So there is that. There is that line. And when we actually... something that doesn't follow. Yeah, I know, I didn't know how to say it correctly in English, I'm sorry. Sequitur. Because I recognize the root, and we do use the root, but we do not use the word. I believe the phonetics in my case would be off. It's alright? Okay. rib cage. Never know where to place it. But, well, that's actually better. It's not that squished. Still have time. Latin is pretty straightforward as far as I know. Yeah, what I'm saying is that, let's say, if there is a word with a Latin root, and then it got some sort of phonetic interpretation in my case, in Russian language, then when I see it, in the chat in English, I am kind of struggling to apply English phonetics into it, because let's face it, guys, sometimes you're weird with it. Sequential, yeah. Oh guys, now it's better. Now the head. I'm always struggling with the head for some reasons. Still have time. Yeah, exactly. That's a Frankenstein language, and I never know if you guys decided to pronounce it as in a French way, or what. What's going on? No offense to you speaking English. It's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Welcome back, Bobcat. Welcome back. Oh, that's better. The second attempt is better. This person looks less sick. I think it's actually a good sign. And that's very much the kind of pose they would want animation students to draw to learn about action lines. Yeah, that's a beneficial exercise for many in the art field. Okay, the time is almost up. The reference is this one. So we have like this dramatic curve, and then this dramatic curve, and I think this arm could use a little bit more air, and be a little bit more there. Yeah, this arm is off. Okay, to the next one. Bum, bum, bum. Let's try this. There are a few ways how to approach it. That's pretty much how... That reminds me, squirrels! Squirrels landing on the ground. Actually, we can practice pose this way too. Just a second. Well, it's a bit less dramatic because squirrels are fluffy. But I will show you what I mean. Censored. No. Out of curiosity, where are you getting these reference photos? So I am on Pinterest, just asking Pinterest for gesture drawing poses. I also follow a couple of content creators on Twitter who are releasing the packs, reference packs. Oh my god, it looks like I censored him. So there are a few people doing photos, reference photos for artists, and some of them they release for free, some of them they release on their Patreon. So I follow a couple of people on Patreon who do an amazing job at giving references, both for free and for payment. Okay, just showing to Twitch that I have nothing to hide here, not drawing any sensitive parts. So if you want those particular pages, you can contact me somewhere in Discord. Let's say you can join our Discord and write me in the creative zone, like, Anna, give me the links to those creators and I will give you them. It was amazing to see what those people, I don't know how to say, they're models, I guess, models who are creating reference pictures for artists. They were so creative for giving references for mermaids. I hope I will try to find some. Basically, I don't know, they must have amazing physique because mermaid reference. I will try to show you what I mean. No, they... yeah, I think... So basically the person would use a bar stool and place themselves on the bar stool with their stomach and like float, imitating that they are like swimming in the air. And first of all, I think it's incredibly hard because it's a balance. It's like all your abs and all your shoulder muscles should be good toned to create this position. But oh my god, I was like, you guys so amazing. And they were doing it because of Mermay. Mermay is some sort of activity in May when artists are drawing mermaids every day. Like in October, but with mermaids. And that's why those reference artists, They were doing all those crazy things. Mermaid poses reference. I don't know how to. Oh, yes, I found it. At least one of them. Just a sec, maybe I will find more. Well, this one is not crazy. Yeah, I have found it! Oh my god! I mean, just look at that. I would never. I mean, I'm really tempted to try, and I have bar stool near me, but if I will injure myself, there is nobody in the house to help me. So, but I do feel like I do not have enough of strength to do something like that. And there is another one which I have found. So it looks like she's sitting, but I think her legs are not on the ground. They are in the air. Isn't it wonderful? You would look great doing that. Maybe it looks fun, and also now when I'm an artist, I would like to. It would be cool to kind of contribute to the community this way. But oh, that's a lot of work. Was distracted by something here and again totally lost with current discussion. So for my gesture drawings, I am using photos of the people who like create certain poses like this one. And I mentioned that there are people who are having Patreons and social media accounts where they share the packs of those poses for artists to try them, to practice with them. And I was talking about how they went above and beyond with Mermaid, providing the references for mermaid for artists to draw mermaids, and they were doing all those crazy things like floating, balancing on the bar chair, wearing the mermaid tail. Okay. Yeah, let's go. That's actually a very interesting situation here. Because it's like that. It goes like that. When the time is up, I will tell you another story or another way to practice it. This tilt is more like that. Hi, Vinicius. I am alright, I think. Nothing special. Nothing special about me and my current state. I do not have enough of stretch in this area. It looks more stable than it is on my reference. The boy who cried wolf is an important fairy story. Look, I actually had such an experience the other day. I will stop the timer. Anyway, I went to the store, and it's like a mall, but not too big. I went for groceries, so I was in the supermarket, and the fire alarm activated. So it was a siren and the message that everybody should leave the building. People would just continue doing their things. They were like, oh well, probably training. And they would just continue doing their things. And I was like, what if it's an actual truth? I would ask the staff, like, do you have some sort of planned training for like fire alarm or something? Planned testing? And they're like, I don't know, maybe. Can you believe it? So I was standing there, I already got 2 items in my hand. And I was like, so okay, what do I do? And then there was no signs of fire, you know, but at the same time I was thinking, what if it's somewhere on the roof and roof is about just to fall on us, right? So I dropped those 2 items in the area close to the checkout points and went outside. And I was thinking a lot about this experience. Like how people they're not scared. They're like, yeah, we're on fire, whatever. Let me get my bread. Let me just get my bread and I'll go home, okay? It's not how it should be. Anyway, I'm disappointed in humanity. Once again. Next Darwin Award winners. I mean, it could be, like, you never know. I mean, if there was if, let's say, staff would know that there is a planned testing for alarm system, that's what they would. And yet, you know what should have happened? They should have changed the message. Like, not like, hey, we're on fire, go outside, but something like, hello, people, we are testing the fire alarm system. Don't be scared or something like that. Anyway, I went outside. I don't know. What would you do? I went outside. I was like, whatever, I do not need my bread this much. I can buy it somewhere else. Okay, I see what's wrong. It's like, to me, it felt like people completely desensitified. You know what I mean. You've been on this stream for a long time. Desensitized. Desensitization. Here we go. We did it. Teamwork. Too depressed to care. Who cares if I burn? I guess it's a little bit of both. Like, everybody has their reasons to not react. And you know what? I'm happy that I actually cared. I'm actually happy that my brain is like, you know what? Maybe it's a false alarm, but you better go outside. Just, you know, keep living. And I think it's a good sign. So it's not like, whatever, I will burn, nobody will notice. Time is still here. What I don't like, well, I didn't really practice this. There should be a little bit more definition here. 10 minutes is actually a lot for this exercise. It's supposed to be even shorter. We're having way too much of the hand here. I don't know why it hit me that way, but I'm glad it was. Ah, that's Tibab Sapuk. You're talking about Tibab Sapuk. What is Tibab Sapuk? I will show you. I think I'm done with this one. It's it's bad, but not too bad. This leg is bad. I don't know. It should be somewhere else, I guess. That's link that doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I will try to find you. Another picture. Try to read this word. It is Tibab Sapuk. Huh? It is Tibab Sapuk. Actually, it's not. It's not. This is a hard candy, which is very popular in Russia. And this hard candy was among the sweets which I sent to my mods one year. It was my fun way to reward our mods for all the help they do on stream and also for their friendship. And when I asked one of the mods which one they liked the most, or like which one they tried so far, my mod said, "Oh, that one, Tibab Sapuk." I was like, "What? Tibab Sapuk?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Wait a second." And then I realized that it was this. The word is actually barbaris. Let me try and translate if... I don't know. It's a plant. It's a berry. But I'm not sure what is it in English? Barbaris. Barbary. It's just Barbary. Easy. So it's a hard candy with a taste of barberry, and it is very nice and refreshing in my opinion. But yeah, now it's among all of those legends of the stream. The legend of Tibab Sapuk. When that happened on my stream, at that time, among our friends, we had a professional translator, and we texted him, or we showed him, like, what do you think it is? We told him the story that there was an English-speaking guy who said a Russian word this way, Tibab Sapuk, and we asked the professional translator, what do you think it is? And as far as I remember, they didn't get it. I was thinking Barbary, like Barbary Coast. Maybe they have this plant there, I'm not sure. So my reference for this particular study was this one. And I think it went pretty okay, except maybe the position of the head. It's lower. Maybe something like that. But yeah, that's pretty epic. Barbary, a berry unique to Russia, or does it go with another name over here? I have no idea. I don't know. You know how you told me that my left hand practice influenced you into trying left hand exercises too? I guess don't try this at home. Probably you shouldn't. But I will try and draw this, because I'm a crazy artist who wants to improve in gesture drawings. Let me investigate. I cannot stop you. I'm very far away from you. I cannot just take away your mouse and your keyboard. So, go ahead. Does Anna do ballet too? No, I used to take, I took a few classes of classical dancing when I was part of a dance group for flamenco. We were recommended to go to a few classes of classical dancing too, and I went, and it was amazing. but I don't do it anymore. It was just a few classes. I can tell you that classical dancing is really cool workout, and I do feel like it kind of shapes your body in a really good way. Like it elongates everything, and yeah, I think I might try it on a regular basis just as a form of exercise. Not right now. One day. When I will live near of the dance class or something. Okay. Barberries grow all over except Australia. Oh no, Australia. What's wrong with you? Why don't you have Barberry? This one should be shorter. Oh, no, 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 no. Oi, excuse me. Untapped market. Should I import some Tibab Sapuk into Australia? Ah, never mind. I drew it too long, not too long, too far away, too down. You know what I mean. Tom and Meriador could be our agents for a sale. Our sales department. I don't know if Tomo would agree, because it seems like Tomo is very loyal to Team Tams. I can get Tibab Sapuk right now in some Russian stores, yeah. I don't know, maybe if Jero has some sort of online store. I know that you have a European store near you, but maybe they have like online presence. But yeah, you totally can find Tibab Sapuk. I just don't know how much it would cost to ship it. I have ordered online. Oh, wonderful. Brag away. Put the links in the chat. Speaking of addictions, here is the new one. Yeah, 10 minutes, it's actually a lot. It's not even stressing me that much. The European world markets too, I should look, yeah. If you liked it, Bobcat. It was a long time ago, though you probably do not even remember the taste anymore. Simpsons, where Homer test drives a Russian car. No, I don't remember that. Oh, no worries, Russians are the first who are ready to mock Russian cards. Yeah, hard candies we call caramel. Haha. I mean, oh, actually, oh no, that's not that bad considering that this one will be shortened. Huh, interesting. I guess we can work a little bit more on the position of the head. I still have time, yeah. It's not too bad. The ear would be here somewhere. What's the word for caramel? Still caramel. It's just we use it for both. For me though, caramel is the main word for hard candies, and hard candies come with many different tastes, you know. So when we started to get the sweets, which or cakes or whatever, calling that it has the taste of caramel, it's kind of confusing. So I guess the default caramel for me would be like this melted sugar kind of thing. Still feels like this should be oh no, I changed something and now everything looks wrong. She has quite a lot of chest. And I feel like I shortened it a little bit too much. No, this hand could use some work. And there, here we go. There should be a little bit more of that. Oh no! I'm making it worse! Okay, kind of. It looks awkward. It looks really, really awkward. This is horrible. I mean, I was pretty close, and then I changed something, and everything was like meow, melted into. Okay, time is up. I mean, it looks... I tried. I started messing around with the chest, and that ruined everything. Oh well. Our reference was this one. Beautiful. Pretty good? I don't know. And that's mine. That's me. When I try to do something like that. Flying goblin. Call of muscle is art of the... Oh yeah, agree. Beautiful lines. I'm not professional, but I think the lines are beautiful. Sort of quick drawing again, so won't be perfect. Yes, won't be perfect. The point of this exercise, trying to train your eye for capturing the pose and big proportions. So, let's try something else. Try this one. Maybe will be a tiny bit easier. This beautiful pose. The thinker. I can try the thinker next after this one. So that one too, that's beautiful. Okay. Hydration first. I have a story for you about chili. My feet are tired, so let me sit and tell you the story. So, as you know, my dog is afraid of loud noises, and we struggled a lot during January because people are shooting fireworks here, not only on New Year night, but whenever they feel like they want to do it. The problem is so serious that sometimes in the evening Chili doesn't want to go outside because he's so nervous. And when I manage to bring him outside, he wants to do his business really quick and get back home. I tried many strategies during these months with him. I managed to ease his anxiety when he's inside of the flat. So right now, when he hears the firework outside and he is inside, he doesn't rush into the bathroom to hide anymore. He comes to me, and like, he's not running to me, he's not panicking anymore. He just, he feels uncomfortable. He understands that, and he comes to just sit somewhere near me and hang out near me. However, when we're outside, it's still a problem because he wants to, as soon as he hears the loud noise, he wants to run away. And I tried many different things. I tried to teach him that every time when there is loud noise, he needs to come to me, to hug. There was a progress at some point, but after New Year, everything went down the drain again. I tried to be stern with him, actually scolding him. And surprisingly, it worked better than when I tried to calm him down. So when he would try pulling me after loud noise and it was dangerous, it was slippery, I would actually scold him very firmly. And he would be like, okay. And he would be nervous, but he would behave better. It doesn't make any sense to me because from the human perspective, when the human is afraid of something and stressed, when you're scolding the human, you give them even more stress, right? It doesn't make sense. However, with my dog, scolding him actually worked better. I tried some other tricks which I have found on YouTube. Nothing really works, to be honest. Be the pack leader, maybe like show him that I am in charge of the situation. You gotta stop being silly right now and we just continue our walk. Maybe that's what he feels when I'm scolding him. I don't know. So in the evening, I do not let him out of the leash at all because I know that anytime there can be loud noise and he will just run off. So we always on the leash. But today we had a walk in the evening, in the daytime. Usually during the daytime he's more calm and he's not afraid of anything. We crossed the road and we reached the point where I usually let him off the leash because there is like a little bit of wilderness out there, some shrubbery and stuff. And just when I let him off the leash and he went towards that green shrubbery area, on the road behind me, 2 cars got a crash pretty badly, and there was a loud noise, of course, and I could see that Chili ran off towards the bush, and I was like, okay, at least he doesn't go towards the car area, so he will be safe. And I turned towards the cars and see what's going on, because it really felt like one of the drivers was not well or something. So I paused for a minute to think what to do. I kind of watched where Chili went, and then I wanted to make sure that the people there are okay. So it was just a minute. I was watching the drivers. They both went out of the cars. It looked like they're both okay. And then I turned towards the area where Chili went off to find him. And then I noticed that he's standing near my legs. And I was like, oh, wait, you're here? So he ran off, but he got back immediately. And he was actually almost like pushing towards my legs, and I was so proud of him because he like finally figured out that he's not supposed to run away from me when there is something bad going on. He needs to go to me. Yeah, and he was like, yeah, I'm here, what's going on? And I was like, oh, I'm so proud of you, you came here. That's a really good sign. Yeah, it's really good sign. And again, all this situation, it was like a minute and a half at max. And yeah, it was pretty good. So turns out maybe during those months I actually did something right. And something stuck into his head. However, I do see that he cannot control it that much. I think it's something about his nervous system which just shuts down when there is a loud noise and he cannot really control what he's doing. But I really hope that this control comes back to him a little bit earlier now. So he's like, I'm not supposed to run away, I'm supposed to come back. And he does it. It was certainly a bonding in a way. But for me it was just satisfying that yeah, he goes in that freeze, fight, flight, yeah, and his response is flight. I really would prefer that it would be freeze, but yeah, loud noises, those are our enemies. I really felt defeated this winter because of it, because I really tried everything. When the most effective was just scolding him and like pulling him to me and like, stop doing it right now. And he was like, okay. I was like, really? That's what you need? Oh, yeah. At least his response isn't fight, yeah. Seems though that he had more control for sure, and he was able to gather himself faster, likely directly do your enforcement exercise, aka scolding. Yeah, it's just interesting that being soft to him and like inviting him to hug me when he's scared didn't really work. But again, I think this approach would be more for a human kid, and yeah, dogs need something else. Practice it a bit more with him, because an accident, and see if he does it again. Maybe it's just one-time situation. Of course, I don't think it's a skill which he learned and he will do this again. But today it really felt like he actually changed the pattern in the process. Like he ran off and then he decided to come back, because again he was not on the leash. This sternness shows that there is no reason to be afraid. Maybe, yeah, maybe like I show him that I'm strong, and whatever happens, I'm in charge. Kids, I think, learn by seeing the adult's response too, and it's only at first to comfort them. Maybe. I mean, yes, you're right about kids learning how to behave when they see reaction of the adults. And unfortunately, if we suppose that Chili also learning by watching my reaction, it doesn't help, because unfortunately my nerve system also reacts to loud noises. I shake. No, I mean I startle. So it doesn't help. The only thing that I do not run off. But yeah, I startle easily, and it doesn't help. Hadn't thought of it like that before. A stern Anna is not a scared Anna, and that's the most important thing. Probably. You run into the woods. Neighbors dropped something heavy on the floor, aka my ceiling. Sorry, Shadow, I gotta run into the woods. I'm scared. And that seemed that today's stream had been full of deep talks. Oh well. Don't be afraid. And that's an automatic reaction. That's nothing I can do about it. My youngest son, who's nearly 16, starts thunder. He isn't afraid of it, but it makes him jump. Yeah, like it's not... it's just automatic reaction. It's like somebody sneezes loudly and it can startle me like this. It doesn't mean that I will be afraid of the person who sneezed or that I will be afraid of thunder. No, it's just my nerve system is like that. Neighbors are shooting fireworks at the floor. This winter really made me hate fireworks. If the thunder is particularly loud, it can make me jump too, yeah. So, yeah, that's a story. Just wanted to tell you because I was proud of us today. And yeah, I know that it doesn't mean that, oh, he learned and now that's a skill forever. No, it just means that today we did something right. And I'm proud of us. Oh yeah. Oh, believe it, I'm less and less a fan of them too, for the startle factor. Yeah, and also I learned how bad it is for environment, and the more you know, the less pleasures you have in life. Now I'm also thinking about poor birds. Anyway. And also about people with PTSD, who are also suffering during fireworks sometimes. Thunderstorms are nice, yeah, I would like to have one. I hope we will have one soon. Yeah, thunderstorms are cool. Can you send a thunderstorm my way? I'm ready. Okay, let's continue the practice. I have just, I don't know, 20 minutes of the stream. It's just my feet were tired, so I decided to sit and talk to you guys a little bit. Nature booms are good, yeah. If nature does it, it's alright. When it's stupid naked monkey who is super inconsiderate of other people. Then I have trouble with it. So, let me think where to start. Let's go. Actually, I think it's even more dramatic. Fireworks are fine. I mean, if there is one celebration a year with fireworks, that's fine. What is bad about Russians is that they take it to the extreme. It's not just New Year night, it's whole January. And I don't get it. So, I guess if it's just once a year, like, let's say in your case it's 4th of July, I think the impact for the environment is not that bad, and it's fine, it's entertainment. But when it's like a month of boom booms, I do not understand it. Around Independence Day, the week before and after, not just in Russia. I'm so sorry to hear it. I thought I could find a place where it's a bit easier and people are not so crazy about fireworks. Some idiots shoot the red emergency flares on New Year's Eve over here. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad, Hilo. Where I live there aren't many and not very loud either. You're lucky, Bobcat. Can we send chili to you for New Year? I'm okay with fireworks, but my favorites are fontaines, and they do not explode at all usually, and also they provide water and freshness to city wildlife, right? I like fountains too, yeah. That's pretty awesome. They're technically illegal here, but it's legal to sell them. Weird law. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Technically, we also have the law which says that you're supposed to shoot fireworks on a special place. And like a certain amount of meters from living area and stuff. But, you know, when nobody enforces the law doesn't work. Police here only come out if there's huge use of them. Yeah, and all the when somebody complains. But you see, with fireworks, yeah, okay, you complain about firework. When the police arrives, everything is done, and they're like, "Oh, why did you call? Everything is fine here. There is no noise. Here is your fine for a fake call." I wish I was joking. Oh, no, that's longer. I know how to make my own fountain fireworks. It isn't even hard to get color. And they aren't fancy, they're safe and fun. Also, I really like laser shows. Lasers are not loud. It's still probably light pollution and stuff, but I don't know, I like it. Yeah. Police nearby county just announced they will stop sending officers out for certain types of calls. Oh well. Your call is not very important to us. Please don't call anymore. Someone is dying? Press 1. If it's a murder, press 2. If they are choking, press 3. If they're on fire, press 4. And while you're waiting, sorry, all our operators are busy at the moment. Your place in the queue is 41. And then there is a calming music. A deaf person calls. If deaf person calls 911, what's the protocol? I really hope that there are some chat options now. If there are no chat options, that would be really silly. Because but not all of the deaf people cannot talk. Many of them can. They have kind of unusual intonations and stuff, but some of them really can talk. They will not hear the answer, obviously, but it will be enough to send the information over. I'm glad that there is a texting option. Yeah, that's the most logical. The torso is too long compared to the legs, but I do not have time to fix it. I messed up the center of gravity, kind of, so it looks like the person is almost falling, but I actually kind of like this. Worked at a donut shop before my senior year in high school. Work nights, and it was the safest place in the town. So here is a reference. Here's my attempt. If I could stand in the middle of giant donut, I would probably feel safe. That's how you imagine that work? Nice pose, yeah, I enjoyed it. Also, I am kind of learning to embrace the messiness of sand, like not cleaning all the lines and just be have some freedom with it, you know. So feel good. Let's do another one before I go. Chili's still asleep. I'm trying to find something which is not sexy schmexy. Not like I have something against it. Oh, I have found a crazy one. Oh, we will try this one. I'm glad I'm trying to draw it, not to to do it. Ah, those hair. I love it. I like the messier art. Super clean stuff looks too artificial. Yes, I'm learning to embrace it because I know that I like it too. But sometimes I got into that control mode and I want everything to be clean. Even though aesthetically I really like the messier better. Don't know how to explain. How do they get those pictures without it getting blurry? You mean... what pictures do you mean? The sand pictures. Can you please... in the middle of the action like that? Probably a good camera. I think it's something about camera settings. And also, I think there is like that millisecond when the dancer... actually, I don't know. Because, yeah, the dancer maybe can pose like that for just half a second, but the hair is also in the movement and they're not blurry. That's actually a question, yeah. I think it's something about camera settings. Maybe shutter speed. Alright, let's try. Rib cage will go here. As this is gonna be the stretch line and this is gonna be the shrink line. Yeah, I think it's about camera shutter speed, and I would suppose that the things like that will also need a good light. But yeah, I'm not at all professional at photography. Friends, if you like this sort of practice, next time I will set up the folder properly, so we would have the reference on the screen. Just let me know if it's fun to watch it all. Because if yes, then next time I will make sure I have a good setup for that. You're so artistic. Do you think you would be good at doing those action poses yourself? I am okay at... well, I'm not very strong. I do not have really good physique, but I am pretty okay with my body. I don't know how to say it. Basically, when you're in a theater school, part of the training is a lot on how to move your body in a space and how to express certain emotions through your body. So I wouldn't be able to stand on one arm because I just do not have muscles for that. But if, let's say, you would ask me to play a role of a certain person in certain circumstances only using my body language instead of words, I would do it because such skill I have. I don't know if it answers your question at all, but you feel at home and confident with yourself or content? I have a certain I think I have a good connection with my body. Like I can feel it in the space, and I do not really have some conflicting thoughts about how my body looks or how my body moves, even though I have lots of restrictions because I'm a person who has very how do I say it? My body has a tendency to be stiff, so there is a certain stiffness, natural stiffness to it, which gives me lots of limitations. However, like I'm okay to dance. My body is always ready to dance. I am not feeling disconnected with my physical form, if that makes sense. For instance, I know a good instance. My husband randomly hits the furniture with his knees or elbows or toes much more often than I do. Because I do feel like after theater school, where there are lots of exercises on how do you move within the space around you, including other people around you, the way that you do not really hit anything, and you know, that kind of thing. And even though I do not practice it anymore, I feel like this skill is still with me. And I'm certainly not a clumsy person when it comes to like normal environment. I'm clumsy on slippery roads or like stuff like that. But in a normal environment, I'm not clumsy. Yeah, I cannot touch my toes. Yeah, I cannot do splits. Even at the time when I was doing choreography classes regularly, I couldn't do it. I'm this stiff, and yet I performed in dances quite a lot because fortunately not all the dances have you do the splits and some crazy things. So it's certainly not only about that. Do we do crazy hair? Some years back I hurt my hamstring, and in the recovery from that I got good at bending down and stretching those. In general, the habit of stretching regularly it's actually so nice and refreshing. They also say that it helps with stress. I don't know if that's true, but yeah, I bet you were doing it out of necessity. And when you don't have to do it, it's kind of hard to keep up. Could touch my palm to the ground. Oh, completely inflexible in other ways though. Yeah, that's nice to develop the body in many different directions too. For better result, stretch your body evenly. Or so I've been taught. Just tried the palm now, didn't work. Oops. Good for you on trying though. Oh, maybe this gesture drawing practice can inspire you to stretch today a little bit. Time is up, everybody. Believe it or not, even though we did just a couple of those gesture drawings today, I felt like during those drawings I improved. Like the first one was really bad, the second one was also meh, and then I don't know, it just got more expressive, or I don't know. Here is our reference. I messed up the proportions, that's for sure. Like the leg is way too long. It shouldn't be this long. But it's not the point. The point is that it feels like I got better at just making those things expressive. No, that shouldn't be dark. It should be light, actually. That should be a little bit less. And the knee should come somewhere there. She's having some pose that the same pose as the creature from Silent Hill movie I didn't watch. Should I? That sounds beautiful. And Chili woke up. Look at him. He knows when I finish my streams. That's actually pretty sweet. Alright friends, it was amazing, productive stream. We practiced mini sender shows and we practiced gesture drawings. That's actually pretty awesome. Thank you so much for coming today. And today tomorrow I will have a day off, and the next stream is Sunday morning my time. You can check the schedule underneath the video. It's always there with a countdown too. YouTube, goodbye. That was really nice to have you here. And we with our team Purple are going to raid right now. Yeah, we're slowly